Hello, and welcome to the Underhive. Sadly, we lost our last hero of the lands, that land being Britannia. We lost, they did, to a couple of cheeky arrows in the chest. But that's not going to happen this time. We've got Forrest, and again, I've spared you the character creation. We generated him just some random rolls of the dice, and I'm quite happy with Forrest. We've gone Empire, got Urban Merchants for Parents. We're attention to detail because we've had some suggestions, and we're going to go with one-handed and shielded. Perhaps not take so many arrows this time. We grew up in an alley gang. We trained with the cavalry, and we treated people well. So we've got a better spread than last time. We've not focused purely on one thing, but realistically, we're gonna pop a few points in everything aside from the control skills. You'll have to let me know whether we should supplement our warfare capabilities with some ranged, but as it stands, I'm not gonna, and can always save that for another character. But we went throwing last time, and maybe we'll save javelins for another character. But if you really want to see javelins, that is an Empire thing, so we can always get Forrest throwing some things. Yeah, just wanted to check that was all up and running right. So off we go. And once again, we're going to be popping everything on realistic. Now, I did do a bit of testing, taking the movement speed off. I just don't think it's particularly good for viewing the campaign. We can turn this down. So, if you're particularly against having this on very easy, let me know. We can always look at that if it's making things too easy. But the fact that we're imposing permadeath on ourselves from rank 3, clan rank 3, that is, a clan tier 3, that I think that more than makes up for the fact that we're going on very easy, because we take a few deaths in a fight, and then all of a sudden we've got a target on our back, and if we can't get away from someone, say like Kurgit Lord with all the speed in the world, that's the end of our game. It wouldn't otherwise matter if we weren't playing permadeath, but I think with that on there, it makes a real difference. Once again, guys in the background beating 7 colours of nonsense out of each other. So we'll ignore that. Brother's not happy, but can make his own way in life. And I'm going to go for the surname Vandred. I'm not sure that's how we spell Vandred in terms of one of my favourite characters from the Soul Hunter Warhammer 40k series. You've not checked out Soul Hunter, but you're into the 40k books, I would recommend it. Covers the Night Lords. Vandred being not a main character, but a character in there. And I quite like him. So we're going for Vandred. And I think, be rude not to, we'll go with Aquila. For the Empire and Sanguinius. Well, we're not going Western Empire, we're going to go Southern Empire, so it'd be for Gilliman and the Emperor. We don't like them Ultramarines, though. As you might have glimpsed if you've watched any other videos, I am a Death Guard. So we absolutely hate the Ultramarines, but I am going to get the blue and white clad for now. Well, blue and gold. And we'll get straight into Porus before we get our face rearranged by those kind gentlemen of the wilderness. No backup just yet. So as it happens, we've got I don't know why he's got them that way around, but we've got a sword and shield, and we've got a spear. Imperial spear. And very little else going on. Bit of grain. Take a few fish. A little bit over encumbered, but I think we'll still outpace these just being one man on a horse. Try and get in here round the back of him. Yeah, he's not seen us. Start bringing some boys into the army. A few level ups already, one-handed. Again, I'm not sure whether this lock means it's not ready yet. Now, That seems massive. If that's implemented, that seems massive, but I don't think it does. I actually really like using Shield Bash, so because it's got the icon and I think that there's more chance it'll work, I'm going to take Shield Bash. We'll get another point in that. And we will up another point in riding because we want to pass our horse test relatively soon and get a better horse, because this one, you know, he's dragged the plough around the fields. He's done his time, but he's not what he once was. His gallop is lacking in speed at this stage in his life, so we'll perhaps pass our test on a better horse, and this one can retire to just carrying the bags. Getting there, some more cheeky recruits. So we've got 9 now. Might head back over here, see if we can get some fighting done. And as it happens, I think if we'd have took that 10% movement speed off, I reckon I'd have already been chomped by a group of looters. So, you know, it makes that difference there. Now then, Regia, I heard you're in charge. Lovely hat you've got on there. I'd love a set of that armour as well. Go on, you can tell us about Noretz's folly. Oh, it's when somebody in the Empire made a mistake. It wasn't you, was it? Ooh. That's all we've to say for now. But no, of course, it was Noretz's. Steer clear of them 25. We don't want to get involved with that just yet. Now, we didn't get much in the way of horse combat last time, given we were purely foot soldier. We're just hunting around for a little break in the clouds here, where we can snipe one of them and break up. See how we've steered them away. Oh no, didn't want that. Keep away from them 25, and let's get in a fight here that we can do something about. You ever seen mutton chops like these? Get that tutorial out of the way. We can't quite. You've perhaps seen them there. Look at that. He's showing them off. Them chops will be your doom.
Stand aboard!
Send the boys in, and we'll go in with a nice cavalry charge. It's a longer spear than I thought I was going to get. Whoa! Stone throwers at dawn. So now if we can pull them away from the boys, that's an easier fight for the boys. And then we'll pull them back in. Oh, stab my mate in the face, never mind. Bring sword out for a sweeping. Sound effect made it look like I did a bit of work there, but I don't think I did. It's alright though. And we will start with... So we can get some Basileari, get some ranged fellas. I think for now we are going to go down this path because the Imperial Sergeant crossbowmen are actually pretty heftily armoured. So I'm going to take some archers. We'll need to keep recruits at a relatively high level, just to make sure that they don't, the archers don't get swarmed, but bring some archers into the fold. What's he want? Bandit base? Not just yet, thank you. Once again, we've got 31 troops, including ourselves, that can come into bandit hideouts, so we're not just going to get wiped out immediately by the forest bandits. Give them, I think the vanilla gives them like 10 targets at best, or something like that. So yeah, we'll not get wiped out quite so quickly, but just now the idea will be to steer clear of those boys. Yeah, just leave us be, leave us be. Get another one. Stay here, hang about till the bullies have gone away. Oh, he's come back. That's what I thought. And we'd like to look for a tournament. Not much chance of winning it as yet. Very few combat skills, but we've got a level. Another one in there. And we'll take one in roguery. I think it's quite important to get that early roguery skill because it defines the amount of loot you'll be getting after fights. And we're in. Imperial tournaments differing from... Oh, yeah, I'd like those. Differing from the Battanian tournaments we've seen, will not offer us two-handed weapons very often, if ever. So, really, yeah, we'll let him get distracted and then we'll beat up the army. Honour is for the honourable. We are an underhiver. We scrape our way through life. It's alright, mate, I've got your back, I've got your back. Shield back. Oh, not nice. Whoa, the shield was up there. That was completely out of order. Get back. There we go. As you may well have noticed, the shield giving us a massive advantage when it comes to protection. So, he's going to shoot me. And I'm quite happy to take those shots while my bro finishes him off. Well done. Got a good eye on him, that lad. Go on, you get him thrown. Oh, watch your head. Oh, great shot with that. That's it. Together we can do it, and I'll block that for you. Quite high-pitched voice, this fella. He was castrated at birth, I feel. So it's me versus an equite. Well, I think that's a fair trade for the boots. Getting too big for your equites.
Come on!
Get back. Oh, I'm going to say so much more forgiving with the shield than it is the two-handed. It is more forgiving, but not so much more forgiving. Well, as you can see there, my skills haven't improved massively over the last 24 hours or so since the last videos went up, but the shield, massive advantage. I mean, that's why shields exist. Because it's much easier to block one with a large surface area than it is to block a strike on the flat of your blade. Where did they go? Lovely set of boots. Get them on. Oh, lovely. Feet are going to be very well protected. Shame about his face. But that's a little bit of cash, so... Oh, and a level. One in endurance this time. And we'll get one in medicine, just to help that along. In case you're not familiar, those points I was spending really just augment my ability to gain levels. So they're not adding experience or anything, they're just adding a multiplier to make it easier to get those levels by using those skills. So I think we'll veer off and go for the 8. I've got faith in the boys. These 14 should steer clear. And chase them down. Prepare to fight. So, where are they coming from? They're over there.
Soldier! Bowman! Footman! Move! Loose from archers! Move!
Get you there. Let them start shooting, let them get in range. There we go, they're in range. And now we'll go and sow a bit of discord in the ranks. Have one of them. Again, another reason the spear was invented. Keep yourself away from their attacks whilst taking chunks out of the enemy. Oh, go on, throw your stones, I dare you. As you can see, even with my geriatric horse, we're still managing to outpace enemies on foot with ease. And now we'll
Give 'em hell!
get the infantry in, just while they're a bit distracted. They've got relatively good cohesion, these looters. Hey, don't make me horse in backside. There's no need for that. Go on, lads, finish it. That's it. Team effort. Not only giving us a height advantage there, but also superior reach. Let's get down here, see what other boys we can bring to... Ooh, he wasn't interested, but if he'd have come for me then, I think I just veered off in time. I might have avoided it, but they've definitely helped us out by changing their minds on that. Get into Vostrum, see if there's a celebration going on here. Well, there's a lot of parties in here, so maybe there was just a tournament that we've missed. Get rid of the old prisoners. And who've we got here? Lath. He looks a bit sinister, doesn't he? Looking down his nose at us to begin with. He's a runner. And he's a melee expert. Once again, we're not going to go for a companion straight away. Let me know what you think. Should we be going for a melee companion? Should we get an archer? Obviously we can get more than one, but we're not going to have the funds to do that from the get-go. Get rid of all this tat. 458 for that's good. It was, just a load of tat from looters. And we're just going to grab a few more snacks for the road. Oh, not the smithy. Don't need that yet. A few more snacks for the boys. Yeah, we'll give them a bit of cheese. It's expensive cheese, that. You best appreciate it. Proper top of the range Stilton, that I've heard. There we go. Another 150 on... Oh, they're going to take all the mans from there. 16 recruits, you jammy person. She is the Empress, though. Let's not... Oh... I was going to go and take on these boys then, but I'm not sure about it. Let's try it. Let's try it. We've got a fair few archers now, and again, if we can play that same game, they've not really got a leader, so they're not really thinking clearly.
Move!
Get the archers back there. Infantry there, spread out.
Loose formation!
And then again, off we pop to stick a spear right in the nape of the neck if we can. If this horse had anything more about it, we'd perhaps be able to turn and charge, but we'll get there. You stay away with that fork, you. Wasn't a pun, sounded like one, not deliberate. I'm loving the range on this spear though, it's really keeping me out of harm's way. It's not necessarily the main weapon we'll be going for. We'll probably stick to swords once we're a bit better off armor-wise. But right now this spear is definitely keeping us. Well, I should probably come from the other side. So they've bolted, and we're just going to hunt these fools down. Barely quick enough to catch them. He's down. We'll whip sword out now and get a bit of sword XP. Oh, nearly. Went through him like a lawnmower there. Not particularly bothered about how many of them we kill. Just get some damage in. We'll try and put... Oh, he's gone. Disappeared. Into the ether. Oh, these followed me, did they? Well.
Kill them all!
Come on then, boys. Have your fun. We'll turn and charge him in a sec. Ride him down with spear. Nah, that was rubbish. Backup's arriving shortly. Here they are, the men with the spears. See that? I took one horse headbutt to the other. Never underestimate the horse headbutt. Oh, just over him. Took a little duck dive, dip, duck and dodge, or whatever it was. Straight down. That's it. Cheeky laugh from the boy there. He's like, yeah, one-shotted him. I mean, he had been stabbed a few times, but a few archers moving up in the world, that'll do for us. A few more bits of tat. Sod it, we'll chase him down. Got another level for Forest, though. And we'll go in Endurance again. I'm unsure whether... we'll take another point in Polearm, just because we are using it. So we'll use many weapons, but particularly not going to be two-handing this time. Everybody in. Just go for them. They're not going to pose a threat. Get the old spear out. Are you a kebab? Because you've been skewered. You ruined me joke. I say joke. Very loose definition of the word. And he's out. Get that in, and let's head over. Where? Yeah, we'll take these out. Bags of time. I don't approve of you attacking me and my men. Well, we're Empire. That's what we do.
Arrows!
In fact, everybody.
Everyone charge!
Actually, maybe not the best idea.
Archers! Move! Infantry, move! Stand apart!
All right, boys. We'll go in. We'll be the distraction carnifex. Oh dear. Supposed to have range on them. These clowns. Yeah, just weather the stones, boys. Weather the stones. We'll be all right. If they charge you, punch them. Archers will be firing soon, I imagine. There we go. Dropping like flies now, they are. Not the best spear work I've ever had, but... You'd have thought that'd kill him. It went right in. There we go. Take another few archers. We are getting quite thin on the ground for infantry now because they are just the recruits. So we'll get them. There we go. Going up on the world, straight up in, not going up on the world, going up in the world straight away. So let's get some more fellas in the squad. What we've got here: Family Feud and Train Troops. Yes, I think we can do that, and I think we will do that. It's easy money, really. Just need to find a small party to throw the boys in against, and we're laughing. Now, again, it will refresh this every time you leave the game, or at least it feels like it's every time you leave the game. So we're going to make them heavy infantry. So now any others we pick up till we turn the game off, it will automatically make them into a heavy infantry troop. I hope you heard the air quotes there. Obviously they're not particularly heavy, and they're not particularly infantry really, they're peasants. But don't think we want forest bandits for that. The bows will completely last samurai them. But these 7, they're definitely on thin ice. He's not happy. So
Infantry,
just heavy infantry.
attack!
They can charge. And we'll come in with sword. We've got a nice squared off Sparta blade there by the looks. He doesn't, of course. He's got a homemade pitchfork. Distract. No. Chop me horse in there. Well, he's met his end, and so's his mate. Nice few stabs there. Now, as far as it goes, I feel like these guys are better than just peasants because of the two-handed weapons. They get some pretty decent damage dealt. So the idea was we get a few kills with them. We don't want any peasants. We'll upgrade the fort. You can join those peasants. Create your own army. Do what you want, boys. And we'll send them back. 1,000 gold. Lovely job. We're not going to lag her just now. We might come back for that sort of thing in a bit. Some more boys. Put a Lysa on. Like her on. Gotta be a tournament, hasn't there? Yeah. What else can we get? What else can we get? Mittens. And again, oh, not what we meant. Can't check campaign options just now, but we are on top. I've not swindled you.
You are dead.
I'll not be as cowardly this time. We've got a bit of experience under our belt. Feeling a bit better about it. Whoa, two armoured fellas, fight each other, fight each other. That's what I thought, yellow. We were having a nice one-on-one and you got involved. Oh, he nearly gave me the opening there. Did that time. Britannian, what are you doing with your shield? Two-hander. A bit of respect. Straight in again. Every man for themselves. Didn't expect the old shieldy punchy. I was kind of expecting that on challenging difficulty that the opponent would shield bash a bit more, but they don't appear to. Maybe they'll write that in the future. There he is. Now, I'd really love the handling. I think, you know, swinging that sword marginally quicker would be better. I'm not 100% it affects the speed. What we're going to do is drag him this way, distract, kill the shielded guy, unshielded guy, then double team him. There we go. Can't upgrade the character just yet, so we'll have to go in against the Imperial infantryman. Could be in my gang if you wanted, you know, once I've won these mittens. Oh, he's pulled one out there. Have that. Oh, nearly. Oh dear. Got him though. Lordly mittens. For one such as I. Well, if you insist. Another 500 quid. We'll take that. Get them on. Oh, aye. My hands are toasty and warm now. Go for one in intelligence. And we'll take arrows. I don't think we're going to be using throwing weapons, but if we do, we do. We've seen last time it doesn't work anyway, so it's irrelevant. And we will go one in scouting. Just get that little bit of a boost. And that brings us to the end of our first little stint with our man here, Forrest of the House Vandred. So, I don't know if they do that in the Empire. It's a bit more a Westeros thing, that, innit? But we are still in control of all of our lands in terms of the state. And maybe, I mean, we've seen the Aserai marching around. Maybe we're at war with the Aserai. We don't really know what's going on just yet. But nobody seems to have taken anything from us. So we'll see how that plays out. But we've got a nice chunk of money. We have got already to clan tier 1. 50 renown in the first episode is quite nice. Once we get that to 350, we will be permadeath. But I'm pretty happy to point out that we are yet to die. Thank you to our little friend over here. If you want to give the horse a name, let me know. But I think he's really kept us in it. He took a few axes to the face for the team. So let's give him the respect he's due. And once we get that to 20, he can retire and we'll get ourselves a step horse or something like that. Something with a bit more oomph. And we'll go on there. So a couple of things I would be more than happy for you to chip in on. Do we use any ranged at all? Are we sticking to melee or should we go down a ranged path? Should we get a companion just yet? And if so, what should they be good at? And should we be going for the same sort of theme as last time, where we want to join the army, we want to be a part of the conquest, or should we go for something a bit different, where we just look to live a life of a trader, get some caravans going, get more workshops going? We've definitely got the money for workshops. You know, I think if this keeps up, we'll probably have a workshop soon. And from there, should we go, you know, the life of a trader? Maybe not get into as many life or death sieges, but, you know, clan tier 3 will still be permadeath. And based on my judgments last time, there's every possibility I could walk myself onto the sword of an enemy, as I did with that archer. Let him ping one straight in the chest, and then didn't even move. Let him line up another shot. So I'm hoping this guy doesn't go the same way as he did. So let me know what you think. Do we want to go to the army? Do we want to go for something else? And you've heard the rest already. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the Underhive.